Sports. It's in the game.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
What a great shot.
Just an ideal lie, Frank. What can he do from here?
Well, if he takes advantage of the tee shot now and goes at this flag, then he'll certainly gain on the field.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This is right at it.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Well, the time is now to start making birdies, and there we go. One on the board and suddenly inside the top 20.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed of in that, but really, you've got to be aggressive from here on in.
This is a good-looking shot. So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Now to the par 4 third, 434 yards and plenty of trouble on that left side.
One of the hardest tee shots on the front side. Water very much in play down the left.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, it's one thing to make good contact. It's another to make a good decision in terms of what club to hit.
Yes, so often people want to try and hit the ball the exact number. But if that flag is right on the front, you have all that green behind it. You can use all of that. There's nothing in the game that says, maybe I should just take another club and make sure that I'm putting. Too often people only look purely at where that flag is.
Here we go. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
And now back over to the fourth. Frank, you have to be impressed with what you've seen from the golfer so far.
It's rock solid. The ultimate of professional, doing exactly what you should be on a day like today.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. In the green side bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just misses. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. So a tester from 4 feet. Nice par to remain at 2 under. Frank, now to the 5th. What's the strategy here at this shorter par 4?
Well, if you want to flex your muscles, Rich, take it over that left bunker. With a little trailing breeze, you might even get close to the green.
Good contact, good result. It is the house that Arnold built, the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Arnold's summer home is actually in western Pennsylvania, Latrobe Country Club. That's where he grew up. He came to Central Florida in the 1970s and fell in love with this piece of ground. He bought it, and he's grown it ever since, and now it is host to one of the premier stops on the PGA Tour. Big, strong golf course. You have to really be a good ball striker and generally one of the longer hitters to be successful around here. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
Really. This is an awkward length.
He'll be a bit disappointed he didn't make that. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his move today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
And setting up here in the rough. And it makes the green in regulation. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Starting to make the move, now to -3 with yet another birdie. Moving on now, Frank, we're at the par 3 7th hole. What's the challenge here?
Really, the high ball hitters have an advantage here. Just try and carry it in the middle of the green.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that. Really, I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
And he's made the green. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Nice par to remain 3 under. Let's move on to the 8th. And Frank, what's ahead here?
Big par 4, just over 450 yards. Ideally, you want to get it down by that bunker where it's nice and flat, because that second shot, you know what's coming up.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Now our featured golfer setting up for another approach. Really needs to get something going here, Frank.
And that green right now must look like the size of a thimble. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
And another green in regulation. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Needs this for par. And he makes it for par. Rounding out the front 9 here at Bay Hill, 474-yard par 4. Frank, you've played this hole before. Where are you lining up when you step onto the tee here?
There's an out of bounds all the way down the left side that you have to be cognizant of. But that bunker, 290 yards carries it. And yet again, another hole that favors the long hitter.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. This is the second shot at the par 4. This one looks right on point. That is classy.
I had a chance of going in.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. The green is up above, and this will play at least a club longer. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Frank, this is a good position to be in for a player. Making birdies, making some moves.
Starting to get the momentum, too, for the finish.
Another par 4 here, the 11th. It's just under 440 yards. This time, there's water looming left and then bunkers on the right-hand side. It's a pretty good challenge, Frank.
This hole's very similar to the third hole on the front side. 2 bunkers down the right side. Just got to keep it a little left. You don't have to hit driver here.
Frank, that was a good drive. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Early part of this second 9, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Will make birdie if he holds this putt.
goes in.
Now to the par 5 12th. Frank, how good of a scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get a par 5 at Bay Hill, got to take advantage of it.
Headed for the bunker. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, you just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway.
Fourth shot, wants to get this close. Oh, what an incredible shot. Teeing it up here on the 12th, 574-yard par 5, Frank.
Another one that's reachable, obviously long and straight. That rough down the right side, though, is normally very thick. Avoid the two bunkers, lots of contours and undulations around this green.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble. Should be safely on deck.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Just need to settle down, relax on this next shot after going out of bounds.
The amount of times somebody splits the fairway after hitting one out of bounds is astronomical.
Now playing 4 after going OB on that previous shot. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey. Drop shot here at the 13th. Getting set now over the putt. Drop shot and a dropped position on the leaderboard.
This game's never about being perfect. It's about being resilient.
14th hole, Frank. More than 200 yards, par 3. This is no picnic.
No, it plays a little longer than that too, slightly uphill. You've got to carry the ball onto the front of the screen. It will not run up.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
It's no snack though.
That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Now at the 15th, big dog leg right here. What's the best way to go, Frank?
Really down the left side. It's very tempting to try and hit it across that bunker, but not only do you have to carry the bunker, you've also got to carry those little shrubs down the right side.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Now the approach shot, par 4, 15th hole. Frank, break it down.
Green narrows up the further back you go, so the most generous place to land the ball is in the front half of this green. It's also the flattest section of the green. Surely not.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just 5 feet left. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. We've seen guys through the years blow the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, it's an easy 4, but a 3 brings 7 into play.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon. Ooh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290. Second shot. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Now -10 for the round. Frank, deep into a round, par 3, 17th, water, bunkers, long shot. What are you thinking as you're stepping on this tee?
You just take 3 and move to 18.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Good, clean contact, and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up.
It's that sneaky distance. Oh, good roll, good putt.
Frank, how'd you like to be a rookie? You're going up against, at the time, the greatest player in the game, the great white shark, Greg Norman, and you hole a 7-iron to win a tournament?
Well, all you had to do was look at the expression on Norman's face as that ball landed and went in.
What did he hit there?
7-iron.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Now playing the second here at the par 4. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Just a couple of feet. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament.
Rich, in that great opportunity, name on top of the leaderboard. It is only round 1.
Good place to be. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida, site of one of the PGA Tour's premier stops, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Always attracting a great field, and through the years, it has been the scene of just some championship play from one guy in particular.
Tiger Woods has won there an incredible 8 times.
So the action is underway, and we'll take you out now to our featured golfer here at number 1. On the first tee, our featured golfer, Frank, has to be brimming with confidence.
They have to feed off the round from the previous day, Rich. There was a very, very good performance, and we're going to soon find out, see what these opening swings are like.
Beautiful looking shot right here. That's a nice way to open. What's he need to watch out for here, Frank?
Those 2 front bunkers, Rich, the one that protects the left and the right. More often than not, you want to pitch the ball on the front of this green. They are the 2 to be concerned about.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Back-to-back birdies. We'll see.
Great start.
Back to the second hole here at Bay Hill. Frank, long par 3.
And that green slopes so much from right to left, so you can actually use the contours of the green here. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Frank, chip shot here from just on the fringe. You like to hit this the way you would a putt?
Yeah, I normally take a club that's going to land just on the flat surface of the green, then run from there. Often people take too much loft. Another good swing, another good approach shot.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now at the par 4 third, Frank, this is a great golf hole.
It certainly is. Remember, the brain doesn't register don'ts. So aim right, there's a bunker down there. Keep focusing on where you want it to go, not in the other direction. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Just a pure strike and a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. Shouldn't be a problem here. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo back at the fourth. It's the first par 5 on the golf course, Frank.
The litmus test is that first bunker on the left side. If you can get it past that, you've hit it over 330 yards.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Frank, tricky little third shot here at the par 5 fourth.
Especially if you don't have a full number, because there's just that little mound in the middle of the green. If you get on the wrong side of that, instantly you can be 30, 40 feet away. So check where the flag is. Is it front? Is it back? And then try and land it in that section.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today. No problems early. Looks good.
Does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Frank, now to the fifth. What's the strategy here at this shorter par 4?
Well, if you want to flex your muscles, Rich, take it over that left bunker. With a little trailing breeze, you might even get close to the green. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Standing over his birdie putt. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, the par 5-6, this is the signature hole here at Bay Hill.
You've got to really pick a line here, Rich. There's a big pine tree down there. On that line, 260 yards gets it to the fairway.
How important, Frank, is the line off of this tee? Because if you hit it well, but you hit it a little too far left, you're probably going to be wet.
You've got to know exactly how far you carry that driver. Otherwise, you've got no idea which line to take.
That's in the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. All right, Frank, you've played it safe. Now you have that third shot. What's the best way to get to that hole location and make the birdie?
The angle of the green really does favor the layup shot because at least you're hitting across the length of the green, but it's a little bit like that third hole, a very narrow green. So once again, that wedge shot has to be very precise.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Breathing a sigh of relief, you made it through the par 5 without getting wet. Now you're at this par 3 7th, Frank.
You've got to guarantee a carry at least 7 or 8 yards onto this green because that's where that bunker is on that right. It cuts in 7 yards.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie try again here today. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Getting ready to tee off here at the 8th. Frank, this hole has it all. Dogleg, bunkers, water. How do you successfully navigate it?
It's such a pretty looking hole, Rich. That bunker down the left just sort of pops out and you see it. So you can either work it off that to the right, either that or just aim a little right. But be careful of those trees on the right.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, Arnold Palmer has that unique swing. It's sort of a corkscrew finish, a Tasmanian devil in it. I mean, he goes at it really hard. What's the lesson for all golfers?
Well, the two things that his dad really taught him and instilled into his game was a steady head and a great grip. And they have never, ever left him. And I think that's why he played great golf for so long.
I always love to watch Arnold, too, with the fans at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Takes his time, works his way through the crowds, and looks everyone in the eye.
Well, the old saying goes, Arnold Palmer's never met a stranger.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Score that, a birdie. Rounding out the front 9 here at Bay Hill, 474-yard par 4. Frank, you've played this hole before. Where are you lining up when you step onto the tee here?
There's an out of bounds all the way down the left side that you have to be cognizant of. But that bunker, 290 yards carries it. And yet again, another hole that favors the long hitter.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
This one's looking good. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Continuing to putt with confidence. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Beautiful looking shot right here. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. Trying to make yet another birdie. Good putt. Now to the 11th with water left, bunkers on the right. Frank, what's the key here?
Well, too often people just look at the scorecard and they go, well, it's over 400 yards. I have to hit driver. You don't have to hit driver at 11. Something in the fairway, just short of that second bunker. And it sits up, 6 or a 7 iron. Oh, that's fine.
Frank, earlier in the day, we were talking about how this round was pretty much off the rails. I'm shocked that he's put it back together.
Yeah, he looked early on, completely out of it.
That is classy.
No chance of going in.
And he has it for birdie. Now to the par 5 12th. Frank, how good of a scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get a par 5 at Bay Hill, got to take advantage of it.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. He'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Second from an excellent lie. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Settles in over the putt. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
So they'll tap in. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. At the par 4 13th now, Frank, what's the key here?
Really avoid those 3 bunkers, Rich. You don't want a fairway bunker shot over water for your second shot. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Good-looking shot right here. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. 14th hole, Frank, more than 200 yards, par 3. This is no picnic.
No, it plays a little longer than that too, slightly uphill. You've got to carry the ball onto the front of the screen. It will not run up. this is right at it.
Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Now this for birdie. On the way with a bogey on the previous round. At the 15th hole now at Bay Hill, this is a massive dogleg, Frank.
Yeah, if you're a Bubba Watson type player and you can move the ball around, you can move it left to right, that'll certainly help the tee shot. If you're average Joe, though, just hit it down the left. Take your medicine. They've had some meat behind it.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. A good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. The bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. We've seen guys through the years blow the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, it's an easy 4, but a 3 brings 7 into play.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. So where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
No snap, though.
And rolls it in. Nice spot. Frank, par 3 17th here at Bay Hill. How difficult is this hole?
This one takes your best tee shot, Rich. Otherwise, you're just looking at 4 or 5.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Just a couple of feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, time to bring your best. It's the finishing hole here at Bay Hill.
Yeah, if you can get through the final 3 holes in even par or better, you've really done well. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Frank, this is the moment of truth. In so many rounds here at Bay Hill, the second at 18.
The best way to put it is it's the most rewarding second shot you'll get on Bay Hill relative to the rest of the people playing.
Well, he didn't knock down the flagstick right there, but 25 feet, that's not too bad. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
He'll take par and move on.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent.